Well, I can't do stand-up comedy like Stu, but I do want to say a few things about Burt. First, again, congratulations, and what a pleasure and an honor it is to be part of this celebration. I want to focus on the history part. You got a glimpse of that, you're getting a glimpse of it from some of the slides and some of the comments that you've been hearing. But Burt, with the pose you see now with the video camera, is how many of us will always see him, because he's been recording in getting history and information about the catalysis field for as long as I can remember. And he's unique in doing that. I don't think it occurred to anybody else in our field to do that. And it's our good fortune that he's leaving a legacy that will be there, I think, forever. And I don't know how his interest in history was triggered. I would be interested if he would tell us that. But my sense is that Burt's not just, in a sense, a historian, but I see him as a journalist as well. And the dictum of successful journalism is be there. And you could see in a lot of these photographs that Burt's been there, that lots of the meetings like this, lots of the Catalysis Society meetings, probably all of them, and in the twists of fate that took him into the Emmett lab and then into mobile, where so much of the history of catalysis, at least in this country, has originated. And I think that in a way it's good fortune combined with whatever it is that triggered in Burt the sense of history, that he's been the one person who's gathered this information. And what I can tell you is, if you can get him to talk, and I hope we can get him to talk a little bit tonight, and give us some of those stories from the history. You got a little bit secondhand from Stu. If you're with Emmett, then you have the connection to Bruno, and to Teller, you saw some of that, and to Pauling. My goodness, how many people have had the privilege to be part of that, and the sense to record it and to retain it for us. And if you would go back into the mobile history, no offense to Exxon, but lots of the important history of catalysis certainly originated in that mobile laboratory and with people who were Burt's colleagues. And I just want to say that the conversations I've had with Burt over the years, lots of meetings like this and lots of nice places like the ones where those pictures of the animals were taken, I always steer the conversation to the history, because I'm so fascinated by what he knows and his enthusiasm for it. So I hope everybody here would begin to have a sense of what Burt has done for our field as a historian, I say as a historian and journalist. And I wish somebody like Ushi would twist his arm so he'll tell us a little bit of that. Thanks.
I will.
Well, I was going to give you a little background of the formative years as Burt was learning the trade at the mobile labs. He took the lab with storm, I would say, when he showed up there in about 65, maybe it was 66. And he was shoved into the same office with me. And so we'd have these chalk talks. Whoever grabbed the talk usually dominated the discussion that went on. But he had a tremendous impact on the people of the laboratory, many of the laboratories up and down the hallways. He was an avid member of the Philadelphia Catalysis Society. One evening we heard a talk about platinum, about 10 complexes. Next morning, very early, I walk in there and he's so excited about a blue color from the Platinum 10 complex. And this was very, very early in the bimetallic catalysis period. And he proceeded making catalysts, testing them, and that ultimately ended up in the Platinum 10 catalyst that Mobile received. He always had some wisdom to pass along. How do you get attention to someone? Well, he told about time he was a rather small kid. He worked there, and he'd go out into the barnyard, or into the yard there by the house where they'd have a cow. And this one particular cow was a little rough with him, constantly chasing them. And so he told about the time, how did he get that cow's attention? Well, the cow chased him over, I guess it was a chicken coop, reached inside, got a hammer, and hit that cow as hard as he could in the snoot. And the cow never bothered him from that day on. So I guess that's his teaching technique. Right after he first arrived, obviously his car wasn't in such great shape, so he went out and he bought a new one. We didn't know that until Monday morning. Came in Monday morning, and by the way, he'd always go off to Jersey Mountain. Gary gave such a tremendous background of his life in West Virginia, but he'd go off to Jersey Mountain. I didn't know it was points, but he came in that morning, and Monday morning, and he said, well, I got my new car. I hit a deer. Spent the night trying to find the sheriff, and he got back, and that rearranged, redesigned Plymouth car, brand new, he never did a thing to it. As long as the hood closed, he just left it alone. But one Monday morning he came in, he was making a brew in the lab. He had a beaker out, and he had what everybody was asking what it was. Well, it was a root from something. And it was a sassafras root. And he was demonstrating how to make root beer. And everybody got a kick out of tasting the root beer that he was making there in the lab. But he would do those kinds of things all the time. His impact on the laboratory, I would say, was, well, we were being introduced, he and I, both of us, to pressure equipment. And that ultimately led to the extensive amount of work that he has done in pressure equipment. But those were learning curves. We often had foot races when pop-off valves went, or something semi-exciting happened in the laboratory. We'd race each other out of the laboratory, often turn around, walk back in, and there the pipe fitter just sat as calmly as could be right there next to that piece of equipment and let go with a tremendous bang. He's very conscientious about handling other people's equipment. He'd make his catalyst, for example, his deposition of metal on the alumina, borrow the oven next door. One day we were sitting quietly in the lab, probably having a discussion, and all of a sudden a tremendous explosion. Well, what he did was he blew the door off of the oven that he borrowed from the guys next door. But he was learning. I doubt that when he finally got to the center, that he blew very many things up. Of course, he was, as you notice, most of the pictures, he was standing there watching his students, etc., performing the work. So I'm not sure how much he ever did after that. But it was a great pleasure to have associated with him for those 3 or 4 years during his period at Mobile, and it's certainly an honor to see that the award that has been given to him by the Petroleum Division. My congratulations, Burt. A friend of, let me say, probably it's been 50 years since we worked together in that laboratory.
I don't have that much history that I shared with Burt, but a few things. I think I followed him as the secretary of the North American Catalysis Society, and I remember him delivering boxes and boxes of documents from North American Catalysis Society. I kept them in my office for 9 years and then delivered it to the next secretary. I think we also served as secretary of the Petroleum Chemistry Division at different times, and also chair of the Petroleum Chemistry Division at different times. When I think of Burt, what really comes to mind is a scholar and a gentleman. I think those two words really sums it all up. The reason I came up here is really to thank him for being our honorary chair in organizing the next North American meeting of the Catalysis Society. He has been a guiding light. He has been an inspiration. Whenever we felt that we were going insane, he gave us courage and said, just keep on going. Actually, when it was our turn, Tri-State's turn to organize the next NAM, I went to Burt, I said, Burt, you've done it before, why don't you chair this meeting? He said, no, I've done it once, that's enough. And now I know why. But I think Ushi and I would really thank him on behalf of the whole organizing committee, but especially on behalf of the two of us, because whatever sanity we have left, we may owe it to Burt. So congratulations again, and thank you for being our honorary chair. Thank you.
She comes from Ohio, right?